Hi, welcome to Useless Banter. My name is Luis.
And my name is Brett Carabinos. Hey, did I have to add the last
Work. My name is Luis Cervantes.
Welcome to a podcast where two best friends won't
Shut the fuck up. Basically a podcast where we talk about a bunch of useless stuff that doesn't really matter, but is highly entertaining.
Heavy on the highly entertaining. Work.
So buckle up and let's get into the big girls.
The big girls, yeah.
Welcome to Useless Banter, you guys.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my gosh.
So let's get into it.
Let's get into it, girl. Okay, I feel like, hey, love has been in the air.
Yeah. Love is always in the air for me.
Right.
For you, actually, it's kind of in the air.
Well, okay, whoa. Let's slow down. I don't know about love, but definitely, a sense of it. But
Okay. And
just attraction, which is something new, something different. Yeah.
No, people are usually not attracted to you. I'm kidding.
First of all, that is so mean. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm kidding. You're literally my prettiest friend.
No, but honestly, it's just, hey, date number 5.
5 dates is diabolical.
Yeah.
It's like never done her before.
No, it's been a while since we got past date number 2.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it is nice in that sense. Obviously, there's still a lot to know about the person or get to know about the person and all that stuff, but so far so good. So
and no icks.
No icks, yeah, no.
You know what's crazy? I saw this thing on Instagram that was like, it said something like, "Oh, if a fly fucking lands on your head, I have the ick, bitch."
Oh my God.
I'm like, that is literally so relatable. Like, I don't know why the ick is so real.
Yeah, I mean, do you feel like you get the ick really easily?
Yes and no, because I'm a lover boy, so I'm fighting for I'm really rooting for anyone and everyone. Even if I shouldn't be rooting for you, I'm rooting for you. But I do think that the ick is there's little things that really will bother me that will send me, and I'm like, I just
Okay, what's a big ick that you have? What's a common one, do you think?
gosh. I think social awareness.
Okay.
Not being able to read a room sends the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Or being able to hang out in a room full of my friends.
Yeah, that's a big
saying weird things, not having the awareness over just yourself. I feel I'm so hyper aware that it literally blows my mind when people are not aware of themselves.
I do think the chemistry, going to the friend thing, I do think the chemistry between your partner and your friends is such a big one.
Yeah.
It is so, we talk about this all the time. But it's so attractive when somebody can mix with your friends, banter with your friends, hang out, chill, the whole thing. It just it really is a good connection,
I haven't even told you this. So this is
oh my God, exclusive. What is it?
I went on a date last night.
Oh my God, you failed to mention that.
I did, yeah.
That's crazy. Mind you, I guess we were running around this morning, but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was actually an incredible first date.
Wait, how did y'all meet?
Unhinged.
Okay.
Hey. Shocker.
Hey, modern day.
Where else are people meeting these days,
In person?
Never.
Wait, okay, so tell me about the date.
Okay, so he's literally my type. We know my type, but
Okay, yeah.
he's 6'2",
Nice.
dressed so cute.
Ooh, okay.
Specifically looking for monogamy.
Love.
Capricorn.
Oh, wow.
Which is a little spooky. But my first boyfriend was a Capricorn.
Okay.
So I'm used to it. So he's we talked about love languages. We talked about the whole thing. He's really looking for a partner. The conversation was so smooth. We went to a good time at Davy Wayne's.
Oh, love that.
Had 3 drinks,
Yeah.
just chatted. He walked me home. It was literally so good, but obviously I'm about to leave for choreography.
Yeah.
My choreography season, my work season. So it was kind of a feeling of I really enjoyed this, but it's really sad that you have to leave because I'm literally about to be gone for 2 months,
Yeah.
But we're definitely gonna stay in contact.
Good,
And
oh my gosh, amazing.
Okay, is it really crazy to talk about baby names on a first date?
Oh, wow. Wait, did you bring it up or did he, or how did this come up?
We were just talking about if we wanted kids or if that was in our future. And then I was well, I have baby names picked out.
Okay, what was his response?
Hey, he's like immediately goes to this phone and like blocks me. I'm like,
like honestly, that's so crazy.
He hated all my baby names.
He hated them all?
He hated them all.
And we're like, I love him.
No, literally.
Wait, what? Okay, well, what were his? Did he say any?
Okay, you want to know what one of his was?
What?
Todd. I was like,
so sorry.
So fucking sorry.
Wait, Todd?
I'm like, Todd? He's like, yeah, I like really simple names. I'm like, there's no fucking way in hell.
That's like calling your kid Bob.
No,
like,
you might as well.
I'm so sorry, but no.
Yeah, so anyways, but it was like on the date, I did feel like I'm like, okay, I could honestly seem like it was healthy. I feel like it would be more of like a slow burn like type of thing, which, you know, for me is different.
Yeah. Very.
But I don't know. So it got me like thinking, and I'm just like, do you believe in soulmates? Is that like a thing for you?
Oh, that's like, I feel like there's so many layers to that. And like, I want to say yes. Like, I do feel like there's somebody out there for everybody type of thing. I was actually, funny enough, kind of reading this thing, or maybe I saw it on social media. I can't remember, but they were talking about how, oh, you know what? I think it was Jay Shetty. Jay Shetty, was it you that sent me that?
Probably.
Yeah. It was like the whole idea that like you don't just have one soulmate in your life, you have multiple. And I was like, ooh, that kind of resonated a lot. Cause it's like different soulmates in different chapters of your life, maybe, or different for different like parts of your life, you know? Like friendships versus intimate relationships versus like family type of thing.
Okay, well that was gonna be my next thing is like, do you think friends can be soulmates?
Yes. Yeah. I personally think you can have like friend soulmates and you can have like intimate soulmates, like partner soulmates.
Okay.
What do you think?
Well, because I think if it's like a soulmate, it's so much deeper than whether or not there's like intimacy or sex happening, right? Like it's more of like my spirit is genuinely so connected to your spirit versus like and when our spirits are connected, that doesn't mean that our physical bodies have to have sex.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
So like I feel like you're my soulmate, right? Like
oh my God. I'm like, wait, what?
You guys.
I'm like, you guys. Oh my God. For our audio listeners, he's on one knee right now. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But no, I do. I feel like you're one of my soulmates. I feel like I've definitely known you in past lives, and I feel like we are just like so synced in so many different ways. But like, we not fucking, bitch.
No, right, exactly.
You know?
But that's so real, and that's what I mean is like I definitely think because I agree because it's one of those things where you instantly connect with somebody and
instantly.
Yeah. And I think we were at like Coachella and we had only known each other not even a full year, I think, at that point. And we were like, why do we feel like we've been friends for like 5 years?
I feel like as soon as we met, we were literally like attached at the hip.
Yeah.
And it was like just everything aligned.
Yeah.
Like
totally.
Do you feel like you've had a romantic soulmate in this lifetime?
Ooh.
Clap the fucking
I know.
Bitch.
I'm like, I do not think so. No. I think I've had definitely like a strong, good relationships, but I don't think I've like encountered a soulmate in that chapter of my life.
Right.
You know?
Interesting.
Yeah. I feel like, but I also feel like in the past, I wasn't really open to that and I wasn't really like being receptive to it.
Yeah.
As opposed to I feel like now I would be more so. Like if I encountered somebody and was like, whoa, this is really a strong connection, I'd be more, I guess, open to one, diving in, and two, just kind of having that at the forefront of my mind.
Yeah.
Because before I was not thinking about soulmates, let's be real. I really wasn't.
No, for real. Yeah.
What about you?
Okay, so my first relationship was like storybook. Like it felt like it was a fairy tale. It was genuinely such a beautiful relationship, and I was so in love with that man.
Yeah.
And I still am connected to him to this day. Like we are friends, we chat, we check in with each other. I know that man genuinely cares about me. We were together for like 3.5, 4 years.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he was my soulmate. This is actually funny, but when we broke up, he's like someone who's like very cut and dry, and like our lives were so intertwined that like when he ended things with me, he went like cold turkey. So he blocked me on everything, and it was gutting for me. Like I was so down bad. We didn't talk for like 6 months, and I started like moving on. Obviously, like I started going through the work of moving on, and then he hit me up like 6 months later and was like, "Listen, like you are my everything. I haven't been able to stop thinking about you. Wow. Everything else I've like tried to do, I've always compared to what we had, and blah blah blah." And so I was just like, I was like, oh my God, this is a lot. You know what I mean? I'm like, you're the person that I like have been the most in love with my whole life, but I've already started to move on and I'm so hurt. And there's just all these like different layers to it. Then he went to a psychic and literally recorded the session. I'm not kidding. This is actually really crazy.
The psychic let him record the session, or he did it sneakily?
Yeah. Well, okay. His roommate was a psychic.
Oh.
So they did a whole like card reading and like everything. And he was specifically asking questions. And she told him that we were twin flames.
Wait, and explain the twin flame. Is that like a...
So a twin flame, and I may butcher this a little bit, but a twin flame is allegedly like someone that you were synced up with for like a lifetime, but you guys keep going through all these like difficulties to be together. So it's like very hard for you guys to find each other, and you'll keep going through ups and downs. And some twin flames do end up like, it's like you're connected and almost meant to be, but it's like you're also meant to learn a lot from each other. So you go through all these different things. Yeah. Very interesting.
Wow.
So I don't know. And then my second relationship, I didn't really think, and I never thought that was my soulmate. But then I got into this point of thinking, and I was like, maybe I am just not someone that is meant to have a romantic soulmate, because I feel like I have multiple platonic soulmates.
Yeah, okay.
Like you, Devin, Aubrey, like my people, my circle. And like I have so many soulmates that maybe I don't need a romantic soulmate. That doesn't have to be, but obviously it's something that we like would long for or like want. But I'm also like, I receive that from other places. So like my romantic relationship, my intimate relationship doesn't necessarily have to have that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's been something that
That is so interesting, because I feel like I said, it's not that I don't believe in soulmates. I think I actually do, but I just never really, I think maybe put that much like energy towards the idea of a soulmate.
Yeah.
So like I am just very much like the close connections I have and the relationships I have. Like obviously I feel like I have those in my life, but I never really stopped to be like, oh, these are my soulmates, or oh, these are my like, you know what I mean? Like, so that is so interesting to kind of have that thought, because now I'm thinking like, well, of all of the people in my life, like obviously I have really close relationships. So I was like, oh, are these my soulmates? Are these my soulmates? You know what I mean? Like now my brain is like rattled.
Yeah, like how do you categorize these people?
Yeah.
Are you a soulmate or no?
Which like I know you don't have to. It's not like a, you know, I don't feel like a need to, but now it's just interesting to kind of get in that mindset and be like I do agree that you and I are soulmates, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad you agreed.
I'm like, yeah, that's weird. You think I'm your soulmate?
Say something else, I'll fucking kill you now.
No, literally. No, but that is so interesting. But again, I don't think, I mean, I've been in 2 serious relationships, and I would say the second one was definitely, which was my most recent one, was definitely more serious. But I think although I had a lot of love for him and all that stuff, I don't know that I had a moment of thinking like, this is my soulmate.
Yeah.
You know? So, and it's a little scary for me, because even like I was telling you recently, even talking to this new boy, it's like in a way scary to have these like feelings again, because it's been 5-6 years since I've had those feelings like of genuinely wanting to hang out with somebody like that. And for me, vulnerability has always been a fear and a weak point of mine.
Yeah.
So it is interesting to like dive into that, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. Is it my soulmate? No, I'm just kidding.
Little Miss Perfect over here.
Oh God, no. I just like.
It's so interesting, because I feel like that's a point where we differ a lot, right? Like me growing up, I'm like, oh my God, I've always been so spiritual, like tuned in, tapped in, woke, like all these things, and just so like, oh, I my soul family, my soul tribe, like whatever. And I feel like you really didn't have your heart open into those things until more recently. Until like, you met me.
I'm like, okay, take all the credit over here. No,
I will.
No, I mean, I will say, like, although I feel like vulnerability has always been my fear, I feel like I think just being a social person and caring about other people and like that sense of things, I feel like I've always wanted to be there for my people, and I've always wanted to have relationships like that. But it did take a while for me to be able to cross that line of just being there for other people and then allowing other people to be there for me. Because I think that's where the vulnerability comes in. And like, I always wanted to be like the person that people could go to, but then I would never talk about my problems and my feelings, you know?
Interesting.
So that came later in life for sure. And I will say, I do think my last relationship taught me a lot of that, of how to be vulnerable and how to. Oh my God, for audio listeners.
Wait, I'm like, was that a ghost?
Yeah, I was like, oh my God,
spooky.
Ghost of relationship past. No, I was kidding.
The ghost is like, you're useless, bitch.
No, literally. Oh man, our light sign just like went off for a second and then popped back on and we both freaked out. But yeah, I don't know. I do think that I learned a lot about that side of myself and how I need to open up and be more vulnerable in that sense from my last relationship. So for that, I'm so grateful for. And everything ended on like good terms and all that. But yeah, so I don't know. It's a little nerve-wracking getting into the next thing, but I mean,
how would you feel if you found out that your ex, like your long-term ex, your big relationship, because do you know if he's had a boyfriend?
From what okay, we again ended things like amicably and like fine. But we don't really keep in touch with each other. Yeah. We still like follow each other on socials and stuff. So like, yeah, we'll see things little here and there. But from what I know, he hasn't, but I could be wrong. We still have like some mutual friends.
The light sign keeps going out.
Yeah, I'm like, the light sign keeps up. She's back on. I feel like we have like some mutual friends, but again, I haven't seen him in a long time. Like probably shortly after we broke up, we like saw each other. And then after that, I really haven't seen him. So I don't really know if he has. I think if I found out he had a partner, it would be a little interesting. I don't think I'd be like necessarily in my feels about it, but I think no matter what, you're gonna have a emotional reaction, even internally.
A little bit, slightly for sure.
Yeah, just because like I also haven't been with anybody since, so it would be weird to have that thought, you know?
Yeah. What about you? I actually just experienced this, was why I asked. So my ex, so I've had two really long-term relationships. The first one was just like the fairy tale one, the one that I like really still keep in touch with. That we FaceTime all the time, we check in with each other, whatever. He lives actually in Spain. He's wanting to come back to LA, and there's always like, I guess it was just such a great relationship, but we were so young. So I feel like there's always like this little touch of like in my brain, like, oh, like this romanticization of like, maybe the stars will align and things will come back together. Like we're so young. We were too young to be in that serious committed relationship. I was like 19, 20 living with my boyfriend, for years. Like, so he recently just actually yesterday told me that he is in a relationship.
And how did you feel?
And I don't know how I feel. It's not like I'm sad. It's not like I'm walking around like crying or like, you know what I mean? But it definitely is like a little bit to stomach or process. I think also because we have a relationship and we just still talk and keep up so much that, I don't know. Like we definitely like have put boundaries up within our dynamic. But I do, it was a little bit, it's a little bit to process. I'm like, okay, like I am genuinely happy for him. Like if he were to have a wedding, if he were to get married to this person, I would go to the wedding and I would support him because I'm like, I love you as a human and we haven't been together in years and whatever. But there is always that little touch of like, what could have been, and it's like, oh, did I miss out on an opportunity? Right. Yeah. Like those thoughts always will kind of cloud your mind when something like that happens. But also it's like, I also believe that whatever is meant to be will.
I also think it's so easy to forget about the bad and remember the good in those situations. Yeah. Whether long or short, honestly, because I remember like there was that boy that I dated, was that a year and a half or so ago?
Also, should we do a little cheers?
I know we never cheers. Come on. Cheers. Oh my gosh. Okay, pause for the story.
Wow, that bubbly,
mama. So there was that boy that I talked to like a year and a half or so ago, and we went on like 2 dates, and then for some reason he like was the one that kept coming back up in my mind recently, and I was like, yes, remember? Yes. And I was just like, I feel like I didn't really give him a good chance. Like we only went on 2 dates, and also I feel like at that time I had just moved back to LA and was kind of getting my feet on the ground again, and like maybe I just wasn't in the headspace. So all these thoughts kept cycling my mind for some reason. And I just kept remembering, of course, it was short, but all the good things, you know? And then, hey, I hung out with him again and nothing bad, but it just kind of reminded me like why I realized maybe we weren't compatible. And it took one hangout to like realize that again.
That he's a dump.
No, no, I'm kidding. I'm like, honestly, no. It just, there's little things, little aspects of our personalities that I do think we would be great friends, which I remember thinking that even before, right? And I was like, genuinely, this is somebody who I could see myself like hanging out with. And like, we have a lot of the same interests and hobbies and all that. But
romantically, we don't align.
Yeah, like romantically, we don't align. But again, it's like, for some reason, I just kept thinking about all the good and kept thinking like, oh, well, on paper, this all seemed so great. And like, why didn't I allow it to work?
Yeah.
But, you know, even in those moments, you have to kind of remember there was a reason why it didn't work in the first place.
Bitch, once that loneliness hits, I be romanticizing some crazy shit. I'm like,
oh, we know, girl, we know. I'm like over here.
Yeah, no, bitch, once that loneliness hits, like, I'm like, I miss all of them.
And like, I don't know, I feel like you know, it's interesting because this relationship for you was how long ago? The first one?
Okay. Oh, I don't want to age myself.
She's 65, y'all. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Let's see. I was 2017.
Okay.
2018, 2019, right before the pandemic.
Okay. That was the one that you're talking about now?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wait, so the second relationship was when?
Like, they were kind of back to back.
Oh my God, because I'm like, wait, what was the time in between?
Okay, well, so this is really what happened is we were, he broken up with me, so I started moving on. I started talking to the second person,
right.
Candidate number 2.
Candidate. Runner up. No,
and then my first ex came back into the picture and is like saying all these things, whatever. Me and my second one were long distance. So he's like wanting to see me, wanting to do all these things, you know, telling me about the psychic things, blah, blah, blah. And I was literally like overwhelmed because I'm like, I've already started like engaging with someone else and I've already started my move on process. So now this is like hard because how am I going to trust that you are not going to just get up and leave again? Right. You know what I mean? Right. And I had already like, you know, started having feelings for someone else. So that's how they kind of overlapped. And then I just basically was like, I can't just drop what I am already working on now, you know? But then it's like you go back and you think like, oh, maybe I should have, you know? But yeah, that's basically what happened. This is also something I'm like, have you ever had like been going on dates with people, everything's great, everything's lining up, and then you guys have sex and there's no alignment there?
You know, honestly, when it comes to actually like dating and then having sex like after the fact and stuff, no, because I think like you can tell the chemistry of someone for the most part before that all happens. And you can tell like, you know, the lead up to like kissing and whatever, the dynamic of it. Yeah. So like I've never had an experience where I'm like, oh, this is a defining factor. No, it's not going to be it. Like I feel like for the most part, I can tell if the chemistry in general is going to be like a match or not. I'm also somebody who, if I really like you, I wait. Like I don't want to have sex with you off the bat because I want to get to know you and I want to like really see if that chemistry aligns. And hey, it's worked out because sometimes I'm like, I don't think it's going to be a match. And then sometimes I'm like, you know, but sure, if like, I guess more casual instances, like if you think someone's you meet somebody and you guys are just trying to have fun.
And they're like so sexy.
Yeah, and you're just trying to have fun and you're like, oh, let's hook up. Then I've had instances where I'm like, yeah, no, this is not a match.
How many opportunities will you give someone to prove their worth?
Maybe 2. Like I think once or twice, and
like
then
you could always give like I feel like once is like okay, maybe you just had a rough day. Yeah. You know,
like if it's really crazy the first time, I'm not.
Yeah, no, that's real.
But if it's like, and then you actually do. For me, it's more. There has to be something else that draws me to it, though. It's not just for the sake of a second chance. It's like, oh, but I think like it's like it's actually I'm like, oh, I actually like enjoy hanging out with this person, or like I actually enjoy something else about them that like brings me back. Like maybe they were just really sweet and kind and like the the vibe was good. But like, if it's just a hookup and you're like, you know, it's not it.
Yeah, just
then
like, right.
For the most part,
it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, yeah. You know, if there's no other redeeming qualities.
There's like, because I mean, it's not easy to find, right?
No. Wait, okay, what about you though? Have you ever like dated somebody and then the sex wasn't good and you're like, I'm out?
Like, I feel like this has, okay, I don't know what it is, but, and maybe it's just compatibility.
Yeah.
But I've like definitely dated people and had feelings. And I feel like I've like used to have this thing where like, if I really like you, I like, it gives me like sexual anxiety. Like, because there's like an added pressure, right? And it's like, okay, there's like an emotional, there's an emotional connection here. So then you're like, you want things to go so well that you like start to add pressure to it. And then it like kind of hinders the experience, or like your body doesn't react to the experience like properly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because you're like, this is make or break. Instead of just being relaxed in yourself. So like I've had that experience happen to me like a few times. Even with my second ex, like that was like happening to me at first when we were first like hooking up and stuff. It was like my body like wasn't reacting properly, and it was because I was just having anxiety because I really liked this person. But it's not like there wasn't chemistry. It's just like there was anxiety.
That's different. Like that's not compatibility. That's just like, because I understand that. I've been there. The anxiety of like performance and everything. Like, you know,
being a man, it's like your body has to react. For the get down to get down.
Right. For sure. So like it is, you want to be able to like, perform, and you want it to go well. So of course there's that pressure, of course.
But I also will say that I feel like a lot of times that has happened, it has like ended up being not necessarily a safe space.
And that's a sign.
It was like almost like your body is like correct. Like you didn't create the comfortability that like, because then I have also had experiences where I really still like the person, even emotionally too. And my body is up and stuck, babe. She's ready to go.
Well, I do think that's a really, really big sign. Which, hey, we need to stop going into those unsafe spaces. But we keep running to them.
Snaps.
I'm like, we keep running to them.
No, literally sprinting.
No, but I get what you're saying. Okay, but what about just like aside from anxiety, just compatibility?
Yeah. If it's like casual, I would say 2 is a great number. It's like twos. If there's like something that's like, you know, definitely, and okay, like for me personally, and like nothing against those who partake, but
here we go. No, kidding.
But like breath for me.
Okay, wait, Okay,
no, for those who do partake in like
in what, bad breath? He's like, I thought this was gonna be some kind of like, I don't know, specific kink or something. He's like, for those who partake in bad breath.
Like I personally don't align.
Okay, well I think that's a common. I think that's a very.
You would be surprised.
No, I know. I'm just saying for the majority.
Yeah, but that for me is something like if that's like even on the first one, like it's like that's pretty much like strikes. Like,
well, I don't even know if we would get to sex if there's bad breath because
I can't get past it.
Yeah, I can't get past the kissing.
Yeah.
I think I think that's a real one. I think that's a real one.
And it's honestly a shame because there's been some people who are like so fine, and I'm like I'm like ready, you know.
Oh, but the breath.
It'll really take you out of it.
Yeah, it really does. Oof,
very
that's a hard one.
Very unfortunate.
Okay. So, but I guess like in a relationship or when you're getting to that point with somebody and then you hook up with them and it's not compatible. Have you ever had that?
I have.
Yeah,
I have. And it does kind of suck.
Yeah, it does.
Right? Yeah. But it's like also like, I don't know, sex. There's so many layers to sex, right? Like, so it's like, it almost feels like you could always work through it, but then you really can't sometimes too. Like,
like if people
sexual compatibility is really important, you know? And it's like, not just like, oh, I need to get my rocks off. It's like, I need to really intimately connect with this person on a deep level.
Right.
Because like, I think the difference between when you're in a relationship and when you're not is like when I'm single, like, I'm just, when I'm hooking up and stuff, like, I'm just trying to get my rocks off. Like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to, trying to like do the damn thing. But like, when I'm in a relationship, like, having sex is more of a connection thing. 100%. I'm like, I like need to feel connected to you today. Can we make that happen?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not really about the like nasty parts of it. Like, obviously you have that in there too, but it's more about like, I need to feel more connected to you today.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? So it's like, that's important, because like if someone is in a relationship and it like doesn't require a lot of sex or doesn't have like a big sexual appetite, your one partner is going to feel like not connected to the other one. But this one's probably like, no, I'm so connected to you. We spend every day together. I love you.
Yeah.
And you're like, I want to have sex with you to create that connection for me. Yeah. So then it starts to create an imbalance. So like sexual compatibility to me is very, very important.
Yeah, I do think that this physical aspect is like something really, really important. Obviously it's not everything, but that's kind of what I think, how I was saying, like the chemistry outside of the physical blends into the physical, because it's like you can kind of tell the way that someone's like showing their affection, showing their love, or the way that the dynamic is between the two of you, I think says a lot about how it could be physically as well. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So I do think that's
the date I went on last night, which is interesting because you're in a similar situation. We talked about love languages, and the guy I went on a date with last night, his number one love language is words of affirmation, which I'm like, work, because that's my number one too. Yours, like you need to tell me, but like physical touch is not there for him. And that is so huge for me. So I'm like, that's something I really have to explore with him to see if that would be okay for me. Yeah. You know, because I'm like,
and I do think that, you can like meet halfway. You can learn from each other. Like you can adapt to someone else's like love languages.
It's been going pretty fine for you.
Yeah. I mean, I think in that sense, like physical touch maybe isn't one that we share. It's a big one for me. But I do think like as I'm getting to know them, I think it's like if you kind of open that door too, and if they're willing to meet you halfway,
they finna walk through that door.
They about to walk in, girl. They about to walk in. They about to march. I mean, no, but you know, I do think that there's a way to meet halfway. You know, just like how my love language might not be the same as theirs, but like I also am trying to be aware and trying to meet them, and you know, you just try and show them what they also need.
Yeah. Have you ever had a friendship that was, I mean, obviously like friends with benefits?
Oh, I see.
But like, have you ever had a friendship where you guys are like cuddly, whatever? Like, because that's like a thing now. Like people, especially I feel like in the gay community, a lot of people are having these friendships where it's like we're actually in the same friend circle.
I like cannot with that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know it happens a lot. I know it's a common thing, but I'm like, for me, I just like, okay. And I'm not knocking anybody for doing it, because at the same time, like, it's your body, your choice. Like you can navigate this world however you want. Like, I don't mind that. But for me, it's like, I would just, I think there's certain, I guess, like things that, you know, we have our friends for, and there's certain things that we have our partners for, and there's certain things that we have like family or chosen family for, like whatever that means, you know? And for me, this might not be the same for everybody, and that's 1000% okay. But for me, it's like, I like to have at least some sort of boundary to know where I stand with like my relationships, and just to like be able to navigate them that way. Because if all the lines get blurred, then it's like, I don't know. For me, it just gets mentally and emotionally messy. Yeah. And I personally don't know how to navigate that all the time. So then it's like, how do I navigate that with my partner if the lines of their friends and intimate relationships are blurred? Yeah. It's a lot to manage for me, you know? So yeah, for me, I personally don't necessarily, I'm a physical person, like a affectionate person. So yeah, I'm like touchy with my friends. I'll hug, whatever, but I'm not like kissing, cuddling my friends. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, like you and I are very affectionate to each other, but we're not like laying in bed and like not like you want to come over and snuggle.
Yeah, no,
like there's definitely a boundary there. But like at Coachella, we're like walking around holding hands. We're very like lovey on each other and stuff. But yeah, I think for me, I would agree, because for me, when those lines are blurred, like I think I'm just like a lover boy. So then I'm like, is there something more there?
Yeah, and that's because then you start questioning it.
It's hard not to question that. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, okay. we're snuggling, we're like being intimate, we're doing all these things. But like nowadays people are super fluid like that.
Well, and it's like, I literally have talked to you about this, especially in, I feel like, well, I don't think location necessarily matters, but especially here in West Hollywood, these boys be out here like kissing you on the cheek, hugging you. They're like calling you cutie, handsome, like all this stuff. All this stuff.
When we were at Coachella.
Yes.
And you were with you were wrapped up in your
situation.
In your situation at the circuit party that we're not circuit girls, but,
but we ended up at
one. And so-and-so's best friend was there, and we knew that was their best friend, right? And then he's like turns around and starts making out with him, with his best friend.
And I was like, and hey, 10 minutes before, I was like, oh yeah, like he was asking like, oh yeah, isn't that like your bestie, whatever, you guys dance together, asking about you. And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, okay, like how you two are, that's how we are. And then 10 minutes later, they're making out, and I was like, never mind, not the same.
That is not how we are.
I did not expect that.
Yeah.
But it's like, again, people are just so like, it is very much that dynamic. And for me, I just need some sort of boundary.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So you don't want to make out?
Respectfully, no. Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So you just set the boundary between us.
So like, yeah, girl. No thanks.
I was really hoping by the end of this episode we could get a little closer.
That's like you every time in Fruit Punch with the boys. We're always like trying to talk about like what dance we should do, or like what video should we make? And you're like, hey, I think we should just all kiss.
No, I'm like, let's really gag the girls here.
Literally.
You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah, the date that I went on last night, though, he did kiss me at the end of the date.
Okay, and how was it?
And you already know that's like
a big thing.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, of course. So how was it?
He walked me home, and like, okay, this is just because I haven't really given you all the gory details about it, but like, I feel like he didn't have like this like overwhelming like sexual allure to him, which I fall for that every time, like when guys have that. But it almost was like comforting, because I'm like, okay, you seem more like a realistic partner than like other people I've like whatever. And he walked me home, and then he kissed me, but the kiss was so good.
Oh, good.
It was so good.
Great.
I was like, this is
perfect.
Like, we're getting married.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's the one.
Oh my God. I mean, listen, first of all, slow down. Second of all, I have gone on dates where the kissing just, and this is like talking date 1 or 2, right?
Yeah.
Like, for instance, I went on date 1, and I kissed the boy at the end of the day, and I was like, oof, I'm not feeling like the chemistry. And I was like, okay, let's not like be so quick to judge. Went on date 2, kissing still wasn't like, the chemistry wasn't there. So I was like, so in that sense, I have been like, you know what, maybe we are just friends. Maybe I'm not feeling it like that. Like, and I don't want to put it all on a kiss, but at the same time, like I said, I am somebody who likes to really take my time getting to know somebody. And if I feel like the chemistry will be there, both physically and emotionally and all that, then I'm all in. But if I have a feeling, and I feel like you have to listen to your gut, that it's not going to be, then I'm honest with myself about that, you know? So kissing for me is a big, big thing also.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause that's a big...
If I'm not into the kiss, like...
Yeah.
Like kissing is a little bit more intimate to me than sex is.
Yeah, I mean, yes, in some ways, yeah.
No, for me, it for sure is. Like it's
I can see why.
Yeah, because I'm like,
because that's a big stepping stone into everything else. So, are we gonna figure this out or what?
Yeah. So hey, stay tuned. When I get back, I hopefully will see him again.
Yeah.
Hey, so there's this boy.
So there's
stay tuned for the next segment.
Yeah. And stay tuned for the updates on my end too. We'll see how this all goes.
Yeah, because bitch, you about to be wifed up.
Girl, let's slow down. Let's slow down. Why? After one date, I'm like, oh, it went well. He's like, I can't believe you're married now.
Me.
No, literally.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah. So yeah, stay tuned. We will have updates for you guys on our dating lives. on the tea.
If we find other soulmates.
The parties, all the things.
Yeah, the things.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you. We love you. XOXO.
Follow us, message us, and
useless
we'll see you guys
banter
in the next
out.
one.
Remember, you're useless. Bye, guys.
Bye.